Hey guys, how's it going? This is R. Haining with my first ever web video of trying out FTL. I've been playing FTL for quite some time now. I think I'm pretty good. Don't know if I'm the best, but I'm pretty good, and would like to explore the Kestral to basically document some tips that I used to play. I haven't played the Kestral in about 80 games now, so the first time I played in a long time, but let's see if I can explain some tips to help new players win the game for the first time. Alright, well, let's get started. So, fire it up. I always rename my ship, to be honest. Choose different names every time. I never do this, but some people like this. They like to rename their people so they can find them easily by doing this. I always think it's best to man the weapons second and engines third. Shields aren't that important, at least not right away, because usually the volleys, the time between the enemy volleys is enough that you're going to recharge anyway. Plus, you can level shields experience a lot faster than other things. So, weapons, you really want to cut down the weapon charge time so you can start suppressing the enemy weapon fire quickly. And of course you need a pilot. So engine's always good to get a little bit more dodge. So let's give it a try. I'm not going to read any of these. You can read them if you want. So here we go. I like to put the burst laser first, and it's a good idea to depower the med bay as you won't need it. Put the weapons guy in the weapons room, engines guy in the engine room, pilot. He's still here piloting. Why do I put the burst laser first? Because I really don't want that one to get depowered. Let's say, as I say, it's been a long time since I played the Kestral, but I think what I like to do is use one or possibly two at most Artemis missiles per combat. I use that to either get the shields a little bit lower or to suppress the weapons a little bit earlier. And then I basically just focus on making sure that he's not at full weapons power. And then I go for shields to kill him. Something like that. Anyway, we'll see. I only have level 2 shields, which means I have 1 shield bubble. I think that's pretty important to get that upgraded before Sector 3 for sure, but probably in Sector 2 or possibly even in Sector 1. The Kestral has 3 ship systems missing when it starts. It's missing a cloak and a teleporter and a drone control. And ideally, I'm going to get all of those before I face the flagship. I'm particularly interested in getting the teleporter as early as I can, because the teleporter lets you start boarding, and when you win with boarding, you get a lot more money. So that's basically it. I'm going to focus to try to get teleporter and or try to get some shields first. These weapons will carry me for a while, I think. The Burst Laser 2 is arguably one of the best weapons in the entire game. You will use that against the flagship quite happily. Artemis, yeah, some people think it's a good missile. I don't really like missiles that much. You know, we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's talk a little bit about pathing. Beacon pathing within a sector. Personally, I think the most important thing is to glimpse as many beacons as possible. I think you want to look at as many beacons as possible, especially if you have a long-range sensor. I don't have a long-range sensor yet, but it's good to see that, here's a distress beacon. So if you can glimpse all the beacons, if you can path such that you can see as many beacons as possible, that's great. I also do something that maybe new players shouldn't do, which is I usually overstay my welcome in a sector. I will stay 1 or 2 beacons past where the rebels take the exit, and then I'll backtrack. I don't always do that. It depends on how confident I am in my ship, but I don't necessarily recommend that for new players. In any case, let's check out this distress beacon. Oh, I should point out also that I am using 3 mods. I use UI mods only. They do not affect gameplay. I use the mod called Better Planets and Backgrounds. It gives these beautiful ship Sorry, it gives these beautiful planet backgrounds. I also use Better Asteroids by the same mod maker. And then I use a patch for the Better Planets version 1.3, a patch to restore Nebulas, because on a Mac, the Nebulas that come with that package don't work correctly. But none of those mods affect gameplay. They do, however, make the graphics look pretty startlingly beautiful sometimes. So, alright. My philosophy about these things is basically always take the risk. There's a couple where that's not true, but pretty much I always take the risk. Got hurt for it that time, but that's okay. Alright, in terms of pathing, I want to glimpse everything, so this is a good choice. See, look at that, great background. Alright, again, we risk it, and we get something, which is good. Let's take a look. It's way too early for a store. I need at least 50 and probably 75 or 80 before I go to that store, because I really want to get that teleporter. Unfortunately, I can't use these nebula beacons. Sometimes exploring nebulas in a non-nebula sector really slows down the rebel advance, but these nebulas are worthless at this point. So I'm almost tempted to go back here just because I may have too much time, or I may not be able to explore as many beacons as I want if I go forward quickly. But I'm curious about these beacons over here. So let's go ahead and jump to this one. See, I can get a beacon here, and then I can explore a couple more. So let's see how it goes. Oh, a sun sector. Okay. Let's see. Alright, it's been a while since I used this ship, so let's do that. And do I want to do that? I don't know if I want to use a missile or not, but I will. Okay. I'm not auto-firing yet. Alright, I think I can stop auto-firing, maybe. Let's take a look how this flare works out for me. Alright, that is not great. Let's think about the best way to deal with that. I think the best way to deal with that is probably going to be to just put it out right now, because I don't have a great way to vent it without affecting my people. Actually, what if I vent it this way? Let's do that. Let's abandon the engine room for a bit. And when you're venting, you want to turn off your O2. It makes the venting work much more successfully. Okay. Okay, well, I lost my sensors, and because it's a sun sector, I kind of want my sensors back. Let's see if I can take down either shield or weapons. Let's go for the weapons. Great, well, that's not the weapon I was hoping to suppress, but whatever. Alright, so there's nothing burning anymore. I'm going to go ahead and close this and turn on my O2 again. In fact, I will open the interior doors to equalize the O2 pressure. Let's see about... see if I can get that missile offline. Good. Oh, I didn't think I was going to kill that. That was interesting. Alright, well, there goes. Alright, let's turn that off again, and let's vent it. We're going to get out of here soon enough. If I don't have to repair the O2, that's even better, though. Okay, let's get out of here. Still too early to go to a store. Oh, that's interesting. Some sort of hacking. I better read this one after all. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, they're suppressing my shields. That actually kind of sucks. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, first of all, you get back in there to give me an extra dodge percentage. Close the doors. We don't need that anymore. Okay, he's got... This is actually going to be a little bit dangerous. So dangerous that I might want to consider leaving. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do the Artemis against the shields and then fire the burst laser against his weapons. Hopefully the Artemis actually lowers his shields. Wow, 3 misses. Gotta love that. Okay, good. Good. Okay, all of his weapons are offline. I don't need to use an Artemis anymore. Let's go ahead and let's target his shields. Oh well, maybe I should have targeted the piloting after all. Alright, stuff. Alright, let's escape here. Again, we're trying to glimpse every beacon, go to all the distress beacons, probably. We're never going to give out a crew member to slavers, that's always a terrible idea. Okay, here's a slight problem. This can suppress my shields, and then this beam weapon is going to start tearing me a new one. Let's see what I can do about that. I can't jump quickly, so I really hate jumping away anyway, so we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can dodge. Oh, good. Look at that. We got rid of his... Look at that. The mini beam fired first, didn't do any damage, so I'm okay for a short while anyway. Again, let's get his shields down with this missile. Hit. Okay, now we're doing that. Oh, I would love to get a new slave/worker. Oh, it's human. That's too bad. Oh well. Better than nothing. Okay, unfortunately I don't think I can rename them once they join my crew, but that's fine. Start gaining some shields experience. Still too early for a store, so I'm going to wait one more beacon before going to that store. Defending the outpost can usually give you some goodies. Alright. I think we're okay here, although he could lower my shields and then beam me, which would not be fun. Okay, alright. Well, at least he didn't take out my shields. I think I'm going to do... I guess I will use a missile on this. Let's use that here, and the weapons there. The burst laser against his weapons. Alright, good stuff. No more than one missile, that's great. Alright. Do I do it? Yes! I've got enough for that teleporter. That's just great. Hopefully it offers me one here. Okay, store. Yes, there's a teleporter. Okay. I could get the drone control. The drone control is nice because you really want to suppress the enemy's missile weapons, but the teleporter I think is the more important one, so we'll do that. It's too early to repair. I know that seems counterintuitive, but you shouldn't really repair all that much. You know, you want to save up your cash for things that can actually help you take less damage, like another level of shielding, for example. And I'm still in green. If I were down to 10, I'd definitely be repairing some, but I'm up at 21. I don't need to repair at this point. I also have 15 fuel, which is plenty. Now, when you start boarding, you're going to find that. Oops, that's not my teleporter. Let's try this one instead. And let's use the engine guy as my other teleporter. In any case, when you start boarding, you're going to find that you make a lot more cash. Alright, let's go ahead and glimpse a few more beacons. Okay, good. I can get back to the exit from this beacon, so let's try it. Aid the civilians. Yes, and okay, he has no medbay, which makes boarding pretty much a snap. And I like boarding. Okay, boarding strategy. Never board in the rooms you want to shoot, first of all. So I'm not going to board in the weapons or in the shields because I might want to shoot those. I don't like boarding in the helm either, the bridge either, because that draws more crew members into the bridge, which actually means that he will not delay his FTL. So I'm going to board in the engine room, and I'm going to board right away to try to draw him out of the bridge, if anything. Okay, so now we're going to aim that missile at his shields to hopefully lower a level of shielding. He could do some damage here, so here's where we're going to try this trick. As soon as he shoots, we're going to flicker off the O2 and get a couple more points of dodge. Wasn't good enough. Actually, I'm going to leave that O2 off because I'm going to vent this fire. Alright. Okay, his weapons are down, that's great. Let's see if we can avoid dying here and put out this fire at the same time. Come on, come on. I'm winning that battle slightly, I'm winning that battle slightly, so I think I'm just going to let them go for a bit. Okay, fire's out. Let us turn back on the O2. And let's equalize the pressure a bit. Did I lose a guy? Oh my god, I lost a guy. Who did I lose? No, I didn't lose a guy, thank god. I wasn't paying enough attention. That's exactly what you don't want to do. Alright, we're going to try something here. We're going to try having these guys heal up the... Oh, see now, we're gonna have these guys heal up the medbay. In fact, we're gonna have this guy heal up the medbay too. Now he has his weapons down, so I really don't want to kill him with weapons fire at this point. I really want to kill him with hand-to-hand combat so that I get more rewards. And he's getting his shields back up, which I don't really like, so I will go ahead and attack his shield room. But I really can't afford to attack anymore. Alright, let's try taking that Artemis offline. That's probably too dangerous. Let's take the O2 offline. No, that's too dangerous too. Artemis it is. Get these guys healed up. I could send in the other crew members. I may do that, but right now I'm just going to focus on boarding with a couple of people to make it... to focus on their boarding skill. Whoops, that's, again, not my teleporter. Keep the weapons powered just in case. Yep, as expected, he is trying to repair his shields. Yep, no problem there. Let's see if there's anybody else on board. Nope. See, now look at that. I got about twice the, or at least 50% more because I boarded. And they repaired my, my hull. Oh, that's another reason not to repair to maximum hull, because sometimes you get free repairs, and if you constantly repair to maximum hull, you miss out on those freebies. Alright, always a good idea to get your crew back to max before the next battle. Alright. Do I need another point of power? I think I'm going to skip the other point of power just yet. Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping I could get to this beacon. And I don't think I can. See, 1, 2, I might be able to do, I might be able to do these 3 beacons and then have to fight the rebels once there. So we'll see if I... 1, 2... Yeah. If I go directly back here, see this beacon kind of sucks, to be honest. So the exit beacon is usually not a very good beacon. You don't get a big prize there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I do that? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to have to fight the rebels there. We'll see if I'm making a huge mistake or not. Damn, gotta hate that. Worthless beacons, always frustrating. Okay, aiding the civilian ship. Good point, good call. No med bay. Gotta love it when they don't have a med bay. Again, I'm not going to enter a room that I want to shoot. So let's enter one over here, and oh, he's got a mantis. So I gotta be extra careful about not letting my guy die here. This is going to go against the shields. Let that hit first, and then go for the weapons. Alright. So here's the little trick. You can have your guys dance in the same room, which is nice. then they don't have to return. Let's see who's left in this ship, and it's an NG. Again, I'm gonna have them dance in the same room so that, let's see if I did that right. So that the wounded guy is not the one taking the hits. Good, good, good. Oh, more free repairs. I was kind of hoping for some scrap also, but I'll take the free repairs. All right. Now, were my calculations correct? Can I go to that and come back? The answer is yes, I can. So I will do that. New players should not try this until you're very experienced with boarding and very experienced with fighting the rebel fleet. Okay, well, I was hoping for a little bit better than that, but that's okay. Alright, here we go. Now, I'm about to fight the rebel fleet, and that is something you definitely want to prepare for. Specifically, you want a lot of shields and a lot of engines. Why engines? So you can get out of there quickly. I'm probably not going to be able to overpower them at this early point in the game. Well, that's not the screen I wanted. That's the screen I wanted. Okay. So I probably am not going to teleport. How much can I do? If I were to do this. Okay, if I were to do this, I would need 1, 2, 3. I can't do that. Yeah, I can only do one level. What if instead I go for shields? It's 50. How would I power that? Yeah, I can't do that. So I'm just going to go for an extra level of this. And maybe I'll do an extra power bar as well. No, I'll do this. Even though it's not great, at least that means my shields won't go offline if I get hit. Well, we'll see how foolish I was to overstay my welcome. Gosh, I love those backgrounds. Okay, he's got... Oh. I could get hurt here. I think that one can penetrate one level of shield. He's got a med bay, so I'm not going to be able to take that out, which is kind of what I expected. Alright, so I just need to suppress his weapons quickly, which means missile against the weapons. In fact, I'll put both against the weapons. Okay, good. I think I'm going to be okay here. I did waste a missile, but I think I'm going to be able to get out of here just fine. Now, I could be practicing my shielding with this guy. And I could be enhancing my engines. That was stupid that I didn't do that. As long as this weapon doesn't come online, I don't need to fire. I could practice firing, I guess, just to gain experience. Let's gain some experience with my shields. Okay, now this weapon came back online, but I'm going to jump before it gets a chance to fire. Let's get out of here. Okay, Zoltan or Uncharted Nebula. I don't have a lot of weapons to get down Zoltan's shields yet, but I really hate Uncharted Nebula. Not because there's anything really bad in it, but just because you don't get much out of it. There's a lot of empty beacons there. Uncharted Nebula would be great if I had a long-range sensor, maybe, but I don't, so let's go to the Zoltan.